these telecommunications companies, if they go along with this, they will be shut down, and that's a promise.
Good. I hope they're afraid of you. They should be. They should be.
They should be. But why should telecommunications companies be afraid of Marjorie Greene? Well, she is threatening to shut down some of the largest corporations in the country, in the world, if they cooperate with the commission that's looking into January 6th. And you might say, well, who cares what she says? She's just a crazy. Well, yes, you're right, but it's not just her, as we'll get to. But what is this really about? The select committee this week sent letters to 35 companies asking them to preserve a number of records, including communications giants such as Google and Microsoft and all major cell phone carriers. These are the companies she's talking about shutting down. They also included requests to encrypted messaging app Signal, right-leaning social media networks such as Parler, and more fringe websites such as 4chan and Gab. So if they comply with this commission, she is saying the Republicans will shut them down. Let's give a little bit more of her threat in this video.
And these cell phone companies, these telecommunications companies, they better not play with these Democrats, because Republicans are coming back into the majority in 2022, and we will take this very serious.
So JR, if they comply, and if it's against the law, if they're being asked to do something illegal, then obviously they don't need to comply, nor will they. But assuming that what they're being asked to do is within the law, she is saying, and we'll get to others, saying if they comply with legal requests for oversight into criminal behavior, we will shut them down once we take power again. What do you think about that?
It's weird. It's this preemptive warnings against companies about what they can and can't do based off requests from members of Congress that are conducting an investigation. So previous to them doing anything, there's threats being tossed out there about their livelihood, their existence, based off of what, I don't know. And also, how are you gonna shut them down? What is you gonna do? Where are they gonna go? What about all the users that haven't had their user information been requested? What happens to them? None of these things have been thought out. And the reason that none of these things have been thought out is because these are empty threats. These are threats looking to rile up supporters. You notice at the end of that whole little clip, she talks about how we're gonna win in 22, and then we're really gonna do something. It all comes back to that. It's a 2022 campaign promise. It's a 2022 push and agenda, and something that they wish they can get their people riled up to vote for, based off of now something else that has nothing to do with them helping their citizens, nothing to do with helping their constituents. It's all it is just, hey, let's rile them up one more time and say that we're gonna get rid of those telecommunication companies, and then the knee-jerk reactions will then go, yeah. Vote for her because she's gonna get rid of those telecommunication companies like T-Mobile. In my phone right now. That's your phone, bro. That's yours. Yeah. But they know that the thought process doesn't go beyond the first sentence, so they can just push this. Now, if there was something illegal, as you said about these requests, which when I first read it, I was like, man, this is gonna provide for a very easy slippery slope argument from the opposition to this. Be like, they're gonna take everyone's information. Information is gonna be swirling around free anytime a politician wants it. They can have that argument, and you can also sue. You can also try and interrupt this process and keep them from doing it. That's what you would do as a politician, go on the legal route. Instead, you're gonna go on TV and you're gonna write statements to point out how much you're gonna end them. No, that's a promotional thing right there. That's a flyer. That's not any kind of way of a politician working.
Well, I agree with you. She certainly hasn't thought this out. And look, as is being pointed out in the chat, like threatening to cancel all of these companies for complying with the thing seems like a weird thing for the right to do. All of a sudden they're against surveillance. Well, that's good. I hope that you maintain that position going forward. Again, this is about particular individuals who might have coordinated with those who committed these acts. The only fact check I'll do on you is you said that she's not serving her constituents. I have a feeling she had at least a few that probably attacked the Capitol on the 6th. But let's also point out, by the way, that Marjorie Greene, who's being interviewed by a major host, is saying they shouldn't comply, they shouldn't give the records. She is potentially implicated in this criminal behavior. Were there any questions about that from Tucker Carlson about who she was communicating with? Of course not, of course not. But anyway, as I alluded to, this is not just Marjorie Greene who is doing this. Kevin McCarthy, leader of the Republicans in the House, said if these companies comply with the Democrat order to turn over private information, they are in violation of federal law and subject to losing their ability to operate in the United States. If companies still choose to violate federal law, a Republican majority will not forget and will stand with Americans to hold them fully accountable under the law.
What does that mean?
Now they asked him, and shut them down. They can't operate. But he was asked which law they were going to be breaking, and he did not cite a law.
Yeah,
he didn't say any particular law.
Bro, that's why I said it. It means nothing. There's nothing to it. And again, what was at the end of that other statement? When the Republicans get the majority, we will do this, we will do that. It's a campaign. It's a campaign stop. This is a campaign event. Go on, put out a statement, go on TV and say, you're gonna shut them down. This is not based in any kind of reality. It's not based on anything they say they can and will do because they may have said so. And if you can do something, do it. There's legal avenues you can go down. They don't want to talk about that because that'll be something that doesn't rile up their stupid base. Their stupid base has to think further than just one statement. So that's where they are.
Exactly. Yeah, and look, again, maybe it's just baseless. Maybe it won't affect any of these companies. But look, and by the way, Kevin McCarthy is not that much more serious of an individual or political actor than Marjorie Greene, but he is Republican leadership. So you have Marjorie Greene go on Fox News to say the crazy thing she has to say, and it is basically indistinguishable from what the leadership of the Republicans in the House are saying. 100%. So supposedly on some things, there's like this divide between them. This seems like a pretty substantive one. Neither of them wants any answers about what happened on the 6th. Because there's still the chance that more is gonna happen. We were just showing the video of Madison Cawthorn yesterday, effectively saying we have plans to call you back to DC again. Like we are trying to avoid another January 6th. When I say we, I mean some people, not these people, obviously.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.